2021. I'm gonna do my WWE Payback 2023 review. I'm gonna talk about what happened last night. I didn't do one yesterday because I had to spend the night at my friend's house, so I couldn't do a review. But I did watch it. I went to my friend's house. We saw 3 hours of this show, and we'll go through it. I wanted to start the video, and I wanted to show this to kick off my show. Um, this pay-per-view is really all about the Judgment Day. It's called the Judgment Day Rises. So I will talk about this. And I will talk about AEW All Out. Cause tonight is the pay-per-view, and I did like 11 matches. Tony Khan felt unsafe at AEW. We will go to Payback. It was actually a pretty good show. It wasn't the best show. It was a decent show. These were all the podcasters that I wanted to watch. The bump was earlier today. Yeah, so these are my video is sponsored by Solomonster, Sound Off, Post Wrestling, JD from New York. I got more on the way. Oh wait, even Argo, Steven Larson, Fightful Pro Wrestling, Michelle WhatsApp. Make sure you guys hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. If y'all want to see more, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. And let's get right into it. Alright, so for the WWE, I thought it was a pretty good show. I thought the pay-per-view was very, very good. We did get a pre-show. As you guys know, there were 6 matches on the card. 6 matches on the card. John Cena was the host, came out to a thunderous ovation. I thought it was a very good show. It was very decent. It wasn't the best show. It was a good show. We did get Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. There were 2 great matches that I would have to go back and watch. Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus, a match that nobody was looking forward to. I was not looking forward to the match, but it actually delivered. It was the match of the night. It was a great way to open the show. They had a steel cage match. They were given more than 20 minutes. If you count the entrances and the promo and the entire match, it's like 35 minutes. Even the ending. And this was a very good match. This match was a great match. They went back and forth. Zoe Stark did get involved. At one point they were on top of the cage. They really sold me to where like who could win here. But I'm so glad that the feud's over and that we can finally move on from Becky and Trish. Cause I think this feud went on since April, went out in September, but like 5 or 6 months. Thank God it's over. And as you guys know, Zoe Stark ends her alliance with Trish Stratus. Cause after Becky won, Zoe Stark and Trish were in the ring. Trish she slapped Zoe, and Zoe she closed the cage door. They hit her finisher on Trish Stratus, and that was it. After it was over, Trish Stratus receives a emotional ovation from the crowd. Crowd would chant, "Thank you, Trish." Hopefully Trish Stratus will probably she'll take some time off. She'll be off TV. I don't know when she'll come back, but hopefully that's the last time we see Trish. She got what she wanted. She wanted to have one last one to heal, and that was it. Now Becky Lynch is gonna move on to Tiffany Stratton. Though the bad day 7 they had later on in the show, where we had Tiffany Stratton apologize to Becky Lynch. They did tease this a few weeks ago where Becky never won the NXT Women's Championship. It looks like she's gonna go after that title. Fantastic. Tiffany Stratton said not enough that there's not much of a division on NXT. That's why she came to the main roster. That's the story that they're telling. So these two are gonna feud. I mean, I guess it's something new, but you definitely think Becky should be NXT Women's Champion on NXT? I don't know why you on that show. I don't know where Zoe's not goes since he's gonna be by herself like I knew she would. She's gonna be by herself. She might win. She may be a jobber. Hopefully, maybe she's elevated and she can face Rhea Ripley. I don't know. We'll have to see. The second match was LA Knight versus The Miz. I will say this: a lot of matches felt very long. I understand Becky and Trick going over 20 minutes because it was still cave match. It was a way to end the feud. But The Miz and LA Knight, they put the second match of the night. Now John Cena came out, like I said, to a great pop. The Miz came out. They exchanged word. Miz was upset that John was the referee. John says John kept saying yeah, and then LA Knight comes. He comes out. The match begins. John Cena the referee. The match went close to 20 minutes. They could easily shaft this match to 10 minutes or something. Why I gotta see a 20-minute match with The Miz and LA Knight? The match went a little bit too long, and it wasn't all that spectacular. John Cena being the referee played nothing into this match. Nothing. Nothing at all. But LA Knight did get the victory here. LA Knight got the victory against The Miz, so he getting over. He got a big pop after the match was over. They did tease something with LA Knight and The Miz during the match, but they had a brief stare down for a few seconds. And after the match was over, LA Knight he's celebrating his win. John Cena he's he's on the stage. He raises LA Knight's hand. Then they had a brief stare down, so they could be setting up LA Knight versus The Miz. I thought that they were gonna do John Cena and Cody Rhodes, but it may be Cena and LA Knight. Maybe a fast lane, because John Cena did say he got to stick around for a few months. John Cena said he never wrestled in India. So maybe he could wrestle. We'll have to see on SmackDown, because Cena can be on SmackDown if I want John Cena. Also, the third match was Rey Mysterio and Austin Theory. This match was 10 minutes. This is what LA Knight and the Mixture went through 10 minutes, but they went 20 minutes for no reason. Rey Mysterio and Austin Theory went 10 minutes. I didn't really give a shit about this match. It was just there on the show to give something for these guys to do. Austin Theory is just as ice cold. He's doing nothing. He hasn't done shit with that US champion. They really buried Austin Theory. Now we knew we wasn't gonna win this match because Rey Mysterio just won it a few weeks ago. And this match on the show it went 10 minutes. There were a few it was pretty much your SmackDown match. And the match ended with Rey Mysterio doing a roll up, and that was it. And after Rey Mysterio won, he celebrated with the LWO. Him and Santos they taunted. The one thing I like about Rey Mysterio is how great the LWO is, and hopefully it leads to Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. Hopefully that's long-term booking, and they're setting that up. Hopefully they set that up at WrestleMania. That's a big match that should happen. That should get Santos over. Hopefully. Alright, so the fourth match was Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens defending their tag team title against the Judgement Day. This was also the second match. This was my favorite match on the card. Outside of the steel cage match with Becky and Trish, this was my second match. I love this match. Judgement Day, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn in a street fight. Pretty much extreme rules, no disqualification, but it was a great match. It was a phenomenal match. I don't know where to begin. Both of them went at it. My bad. Hold on. Is that commercial? Both of them went at it. They used steel chair. They used candlestick. There was a track can involved. They both went at it. They also fought inside the ring. Here's my favorite part. Now this is my favorite part. Seeing Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn use the candlestick while Balor got the trash can. They both hit him a few times. That was also a great spot. And at one point, when they were outside, when they're outside in the crowd, one point Kevin Owens was bleeding. And look at this. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I know it's in black and white. Kevin Owens busted open. He had a lot of blood pouring out of his head. And I love this part where Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn were wearing hockey. They were wearing hockey shirts. They had the hockey puck, which I thought was great. That they were open at the Judgment Day. Dominic Mysterio got involved, and then we did get a near fall with Sami Zayn. Balor kicked out, and then we did get the Kevin Owens broke up the pinfall. Please get mad at the referee. We should be mad at Kevin Owens. And then they went back into the crowd, and this was the highlight of the night. Kevin Owens is on the he's on the what's it called? Kevin Owens is on the and hit these he hit the swanton bomb on the Dominic. That guy, holy shit! The crowd was chanting, "This is awesome." The match was phenomenal. It was a five-star classic. Five-star classic. We did see JD McDonough. He got involved. He broke up the pin to save Priest. And then Kevin Owens, he took him out, and all of a sudden, Rhea Ripley, she came out of nowhere and speared Kevin Owens. It got a holy shit chant, got a this is awesome chant. The crowd was loving it, man. The energy for this arena was on fire. And then the ending came when I think Finn Balor was going for the coup de grace. Sami Zayn reversed it into something else, and then he went for the pinfall. Dominic broke up the pin, and because of Dominic, he used Damon Priest's Money Bank contract and hit Sami Zayn, and then into a pinfall, which was also very creative, and they won. Finn Balor and Damien Priest, they win. They win their first ever tag team titles. And then we got the pyro going off. This was a fantastic match. It felt like they could have made event. They would have ended the show great. Because after this, the crowd pretty much died for the other two matches. They put the best thing on the show. It was a five-star classic. The crowd was into it. The energy was hot. Everyone loved it. Judgment Day is over. They are the most dominant fast in the WWE. They are main focal point on Monday Night Raw. Now, based on the storyline that they told, it could have gone either way. I was kind of 50-50 on who could win this match. It could have been Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, or it could have been Finn Balor and Damien Priest. Some people thought that Judgment Day was going to lose, and they might kick out Damien Priest and include Jay McDonough. But it looks like this will be long-term booking. I think when the time is right, they may kick out Damien Priest and include Jay McDonough. It all depends what can happen. It makes it interesting what can happen on Raw tomorrow night. I can't wait. It was a great match and a great ending. Judgment Day mega over. They got all the gold. You got the Women's World Champion. You got the North American Champion. You got the Tag Team Champion. You got the Money in the Bank. It also sets shine on Money in the Bank. I'm so glad that Money in the Bank have been taken seriously. Damien Priest is doing good with the briefcase. He's been protected. He's been winning matches. They're telling a great story with him. He's also a guy who's taken seriously, that can actually cast in. Now he didn't cast in the main event, but also didn't make any sense. Judgment Day said they have all the gold. It only made sense they pre-cast in, but I guess not. I guess they will wait for a little while. I don't know when he's gonna cast in, if he's gonna cast in or fail. I think he's a cast in, but we'll have to wait and see. They put a great map, fantastic map. All right, so after that, we did get the after that map, we did get the Grayson Waller effect. We got that talk show with Grayson Waller and Cody Rhodes. Nothing much was said here really. Cody Rhodes revealed that Jey Uso is now part of the Raw roster. Jey Uso came out with a new theme song that said "Main Event Jey Uso." I think this is all long-term booking. I think they will set up Jimmy versus Jay probably at WrestleMania. And this is all for Cody Rhodes to get back in the storyline with the bloodline and to find some way to get back to Roman Reigns. That's what they're doing. You guys know Jimmy and Jay got different entrances. Jimmy, he's on SmackDown. He trying. It seems like he's trying to get back with the bloodline. Jay Uso, he wants to go his own way. So on SmackDown, Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns are not gonna like this. They're probably gonna take offense into this and not like it, and saying that cause Jay Uso he's on Monday Night Raw and he's gonna be given a singles run. I got a big pop tonight at Payback. Hope I can't wait to see what he's gonna say on Raw. But yeah, I actually feel bad for Cody Rhodes because after Jey Uso came out and he super kicked Grayson Waller, got a big pop from the crowd. Cody Rhodes was on the ramp. He had to walk away after Jay came out. He walked away on the ramp. Cody Rhodes was like an afterthought tonight. Now Cody Rhodes had no opponent for the pay per view. No plan for him. The only Grayson Waller effect. Jey Uso came out. I don't know if they're gonna team up or do something, or Jay gonna give him a single push. Now what did Cody Rhodes do on that Raw? I don't know, but I do think this is long term booking, cause it's kind of like what they did last year with Dominic and Rey Mysterio. Cause after Dominic turned heel and Rey Mysterio would trade into SmackDown. Cause he didn't want to do anything with his son, and Dominic won't leave him alone. He kept bothering Rey Mysterio. He screwed him at the Royal Rumble. And then we all knew they were building to their match at WrestleMania in a great match, a great story, a great build. I think we're gonna do that with Jimmy and Jay. A lot of people saying that's a WrestleMania match. Now we got like 7 months. We got September, October, November, December, January, February, March, and then April with the WrestleMania. That's like seven or 8 months. Probably 7 months. So hopefully we'll see what happens here. Um, After that, we did get we did get Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley for the WWE Women's World Title. This was this match went almost 20 minutes. I didn't think this match needed to be that long. Like I said, there are a lot of matches. There are a few matches that they could easily shaft it down to like 10 or 12 minutes. I thought this match was very dull and boring, and the crowd wasn't really into it. The crowd was kind of bored. They were like half asleep. This match was solid. It was like okay, but wasn't that anything special? The crowd didn't know how to react to Raquel Rodriguez. She's not over. She's not ready for that main event scene. I don't think she's ready to be in this title picture. She's not. Um, the match was decent. The ending we did see Dominic Mysterio. He got involved, and he got involved, and Raquel hit a power slam on Dominic. Rhea went to the knees because that was the story into the match. She kept going for the knees of Raquel. And then she hit the riptide on Raquel, got the 1, 2, 3, and that was it. That was it. Very dull. I thought Dominic coming out was kind of lame because we saw Dominic in that interfere in the tag team match. But the reason why he interfered tonight, cause I think it sets up Raquel to get a rematch, probably a fast lane. I don't think it's gonna continue. I don't think the storyline's over. It's gonna continue. Now the reason why these two are feuding because Rhea caught Raquel and Liv Morgan the tag team titles, and then Rhea took out Liv Morgan. She took out Raquel. Raquel had to wait to get cleared because she sold her knee injury. She had to wait to get cleared. Then she came out. She came back. She challenged Rhea. Then we got this match. I think we will get a rematch of Fastlane. But man, I didn't. This match didn't need to be 20 minutes. I'm thinking it shafted like maybe 12 minutes. It could have been 12 minutes. But yeah, that was that. We did get a backstage segment with John Cena. He interviewed the Judgment Day. John Cena looked kind of ridiculous wearing a suit and a bow tie. They said some words. I mean, it felt kind of cheesy for John Cena. Um, And finally, the last match of the night was Shinsuke Nakamura versus Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think this match was way too long. It went 30 minutes. If you count the promos, the entrances, and the match, it was 30. I thought the match was very slow, very methodical, kind of boring, and the crowd wasn't into it. Now, there were a few parts that were good. There were a few parts. The story going into it was Seth Rollins' back injury. And I think Seth Rollins, hopefully when he's losing the title, he could take some time off and get back surgery so he can stay healthy, stay healed up. But man, this match did not need me that long. I was actually kind of out of it. I didn't think this is a main evented. Maybe the tag team titles. Maybe Judgement Day and Owens and Zayn should have main evented pay-per-view. That would have been a great way to end the show. Okay, I didn't think this match was that good between Rollins and Nakamura. Now, I would say about Nakamura. As you guys know, Nakamura turned heel 4 weeks ago. I did enjoy the promo packages to build up Nakamura as a heel after waiting him away for 5 years. Nakamura was buried 5 years ago. He hasn't been special. When he came to WWE, when he came to NXT, when he came to main roster, and then they buried him to Jinder Mahal, and then after that he was never the same until he won the Rumble. He got mad with AJ Styles. Man, that should have been a dream match, but they sabotaged it. Then they turned him heel. They booked the entire thing on a low blow, and after he lost to AJ Styles, the feud was over. Nakamura was non-existent. He was in the mid card. He didn't do anything in the mid card. Then he was in the tag team. Then they thought him as a jobber. Then they turned the babyface in 2021. They paired him with Rick Booth. He wrestled Baron Corbin like every fucking week. Then he was off TV. He went back to New Japan, and now he's back. And now we're building him up again to make him think and to make him think on Nakamura that guy. After they buried him for 5 years, Nakamura, I don't think he'll ever be that guy. I don't think he'll ever be a world champion. Now we did get, I did hear that someone was, it was Muhammad Ali, no, it was Muhammad something, someone who Nakamura faced in New Japan. I, that was his last match in New Japan. He was in attendance that night, rooting for Nakamura. But yeah, it was a pretty good match. The end it felt kind of flat when Rollins hit the curb stop out of nowhere and won, and then that was it. After the match was over, there was an executive footage where Nakamura attacked Seth Rollins on the rampway. Don't know why that wasn't on live TV. Why was it after the show was over? Is this feud gonna continue? Are we gonna get a rematch? I don't know. We could. But man, oh man. Oh wait. So well, it looks like that was pretty much it. It was a decent show. I would say the steel cage match with Becky and Trish was a fantastic match, great opener. I'm glad the feud's over. The best match was the tag team match with the Judgment Day. I'm looking forward to see what can happen on Raw. Will they announce Judy Madonna as the leader since he helped them in this match? We'll see what's gonna happen. Now the other thing I want to talk about is, as you guys know, CM Punk was fired yesterday by AEW because you got to remember at AEW All In last Sunday it was backstage where CM Punk got into a fight with Jack Perry over something. It must have been very serious. It must have been something that way. Um, my voice hearing what Judy from New York had to say. Oh wait, hold on. All right. And this is what he said. And this was the official statement from Tony Khan. AEW had terminated the wrestler and employment agreement between Philip Brooks, CM Punk, and AEW with Khan effective immediately. Termination was today by Tony Khan, COO, General Manager, and Head of Creative AEW. The termination involved a week-long internal investigation of an incident occurring backstage at AEW. All in London on Saturday on August 27. Following the investigation, the AEW Discipline Committee met and later convened with outside legal counsel before making an anonymous recommendation to Tony Khan that CM Punk be terminated with cause. Khan offering the following statement. Phil played an important role with AEW, and I thank him for his conclusion. The termination with AEW contract with Khan is ultimately my decision and mine alone. Of course, I wish I didn't have to share this news, which may have come as a disappointment to many of our fans. Nevertheless, I am making the decision in the best interest of the many amazing people who make AEW possible every week, our talent, staff, value operators, and many others who whose efforts are unsung but essential to bringing our fans great show on television and at arenas and stadiums throughout the world. All right, so that was the statement.
Trolls, not a storyline. This is not a work. Okay, this is legit. We have an official statement from Tony Khan. CM Punk is fired from all the wrestling. Oh man, this is terrible news, man.
Yeah.
Oh man, bro, it is honestly, man, it is terrible news. It's terrible news. It really is. Yeah, this is just. I don't know how to feel right now, man. You know, it pains me to see this. I don't want to see anyone deservedly lose their job like this. This is. I don't know what to say, man. I'm all emotional on so many different levels right now. Yeah, with a fucking smirk on your face. That everybody that 3,000 people already, man. We haven't even said anything. 3,000 people looking at you smirk with an elite hat on, bro. I mean, give me a break. I mean, come on. Okay. Look, I was being funny. Okay, but I'll be dead straight honest. I mean, no, I'm for real, Okay, no bullshit. I'm very, very, very disappointed that Project Punk did not pan out the way that we all expected it to. That's legit. That's true, man. I thought it was a perfect fit. I thought we would get the CM Punk that we were blocked from getting at WWE. I thought with Punk with the ability to have his creative run wild and his star power come in and being a hometown boy from right here, I was excited, man. I was excited. I mean, but I'm more or less smirking for all the punk elitists out there who swore this guy did nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. It's all everyone else's fault. To them, I just smile. You know, to me, I'm really disappointed that we thought this guy was going to come in and help put this company into the next stratosphere where they can, where they can get. And he turned out to be a fucking detriment. He turned out to be a fucking cancer to the whole company. And
Yeah.
I sincerely believe, I texted you this last night. I sincerely believe that CM Punk tried to get himself fired at a certain point. I think that he had a plan to get himself fired to try to keep his money and his ridiculous deal. And I think that he felt that if he was fired, that he had a chance of keeping the money. I think that TK was very apprehensive and strategic about letting Punk go in an attempt to not have to pay Punk that ridiculous amount of money because he feels that Punk doesn't deserve it because of the way that Punk intentionally acted. those are my personal feelings. There's no report about that, but I refuse to believe that someone can be stupid enough to take a lunge and an act of physical aggression towards the company's owner and not think they were going to get fired. I think at this point, I think he was done after Brawl Out. I think he intended on getting fired after Brawl Out. I really, really, really do.
Yeah, listen, I got that text from you yesterday, and everything that Jesse told you is legit. He did send me that yesterday, and the reply that I gave back to him was, I respect that point of view, because the people that have gotten on my case since the beginning of the year vehemently in regards to Vince McMahon still running creative, it's basically the same thing. We stand on our grounds, we stand on our laurels. And I don't really find Jesse's take there that far-fetched, to be quite honest with you. And he said it perfectly. How stupid of an individual can you be to make the same mistake over and over and over again? In retrospect, now listen, we don't work there. We don't know the environment that is there in the AEW locker room. But, from a fan's perspective looking in, Jesse, it doesn't take a lot to be a good human being. It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't take a lot to be a locker room leader. It doesn't take a lot to be a good human being. And it doesn't take a lot to just mind your fucking business.
Yeah, easy.
Just mind your business. They gave you your own fucking show, and you're still causing problems.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. Like, as a fan, I'm fucking upset. Because, and granted, I had people telling me, you just watched CM Punk's last match in Wembley. Good for you. I didn't want that to be his last match.
I said that too.
I didn't want that to be the last time we saw this guy. But
Yeah.
I firmly believe when you told me, I'm like, you know what? You may be right. You could say that, and that is your opinion. But I genuinely believe that Jesse has a point. I do believe CM Punk tried to get himself terminated, because who the fuck would make the same mistake on the biggest night in the history of this company again and then try and lunge at your fucking boss?
He's not stupid.
No, he's not stupid. No.
He knows the kind of heat he was already under.
Yeah.
I'm giving him the benefit of doubt of Brawl Out. Let's put that in the closet and say it's done, and we're gonna move going forward. He goes out there and starts shooting on Hangman right away. I think that it began right there. It began right there. He just wanted to get fired. He did not want to quit. And at one point, he must have been saying, what the fuck do I have to do to get fired from this fucking place?
Yeah.
All right, I'll get into another fight. I'll come at the boss. What do I have to do? There you go. You got it. Like you just said, it's easy to be nice. Punk worked hard at being this much of a dick. He worked hard at it. I don't get it. Why didn't he shoot on the Bucks when he shot on Hangman? Because of legal agreement, because of paperwork, because of non-disclosure agreements in place, NDAs in place. So doing that cost him money. Getting fired could potentially save him some cash in that. He might be able to get a buyout. He might be able to get a settlement. He might be able to sue the rest of his contract. I personally believe that Punk's actions will prove to any reasonable jury, judge, or attorney that he was not trying to make things work. I would venture to say the things that he did proved that he did not make a valid effort to try to honor his deal. I think he tried to get fired.
It's amazing. It's amazing to me how all of this just transpired legitimately. We just got back from London. I got back on Tuesday, and we're Saturday going into this weekend, Labor Day weekend, and he's fired legitimately a year after the fucking situation that got him in this bullshit to begin with, all out.
Yeah.
Literally a year to the day, guys. Fired.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, I got my guy Ticket Drew. Wake up. I know you're sick. Wake up. I'm like, what's going on? Punk fired. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? You're trolling me. I go online. Everybody's talking about it. Punk fired. And then the one thing that we see is an official statement right here from AEW.
I already read it. That. Wait.
Best interests and weekly topic.
Oh, wait. I think I missed something.
Amazing people who make AEW possible every single week. And he goes down the line. not a real leader, but those the best interests of the many amazing people who make AEW possible every single week, and he goes down the line to do because he felt like Punk was his meal ticket, his money ticket. The one thing that screams at me as a positive here, that Tony Khan finally put his foot down and did the right thing for the betterment of the company. I mean, a year ago, we wouldn't have seen Tony Khan make this decision. So whatever happened at All In, we don't know exactly what happened. There are rumors going around that it was on film, that it was recorded, and that Wembley was heavily surveillanced, and there were multiple different stories about the entire situation. But him making this decision for the right of AEW, I mean, to me, that's the most important thing, because he hasn't made this type of decision since Punk has been here causing these problems. And today, he finally put his foot
Yeah, man. Who can? I mean, you gotta assume. You gotta assume. I mean, despite anyone who's already made public comments, you gotta assume that there's a lot of people in that locker room, in that company, who are really, 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 really against the things that Punk has done. Despite whether they, agree with him or disagree with him. That's not the point. The point is in the manner he's decided to go about fixing the things that he deemed to be wrong, because too much focus was taken off of the shows that the other men and women worked their asses off to put on for the next day headline to be CM Punk did this, CM Punk did that. Why am I going out there and jumping off of ladders and putting myself, in harm's way to entertain a crowd that at the end of the day is going to be focused on what this guy is doing and saying, when that stuff has nothing to do with what he's supposed to be doing and saying. It's not fair to them. They're probably tired of it. How many of them low-key went to TK and was like, look, man, if you don't handle this shit, I'm not sticking around here. It's just not right.
Yeah.
It's just not right.
Yeah, that's a big proponent of it, and you and I have discussed this a lot. With the ongoing issues where he is reprimanded and brought back, and all of these problems continuing to be a possibility. The longer he stayed there, the more talent Tony Khan might have ended up losing in the end, because they didn't want to work in that hostile environment. They didn't want to work around him. They didn't want to be in the same locker room as him. So Tony Khan probably has saved the majority of the roster. There are some Punk, fans. There are some Punk supporters in that locker room, obviously. But he may have saved most of his roster when contract times are up, and for any other reason. He may have saved some of his roster from going elsewhere because of this decision.
It's very possible, man. It's very possible. Who knows what kind of? I mean, we've seen the public heat. We've seen the public backlash. We've seen all of that stuff on Iron. Who knows what kind of backstage backlash that TK has been getting about Punk's actions?
Probably getting it from every corner.
I saw somebody early in the chat, and they were like, oh well, what about Jerry?
We'll get to that. I mean, I got a lot of questions about that, and I'm going to say my piece on that in a second.
Well, my piece is Jack Perry is deserving of the same exact warning that CM Punk got after Brawl Out. As far as I'm concerned, give him the exact same fucking warning. If this shit happens again, you will be also sit packing. As far as Phil goes, this is your second fucking offense. We're done. We're fucking done. Everyone deserves a second chance. I can understand that. I think CM Punk was given ample time and opportunity to correct his parts of what he did wrong and Brawl Out. So were the Elite. They were also suspended. Now, since their suspension, since they've come back, have they come out and made things worse? Or did they just mind their own fucking business? They just minded their own business and told TK from the jump, we'll do what we're supposed to do, just so you know.
And that's exactly what they did, Jesse. All of the elite have minded their business.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have said nothing. Now, yes, there are legal papers behind that for sure, but they have ultimately minded their business. They haven't taken cheap shots on being the elite. They haven't mentioned anything about him. They haven't said anything about him in a promo. They haven't done anything in the ring. To kind of offset that. They haven't done anything or mentioned anything, and they re-signed with the company for 4 or 5 years. So they wanted to be there, even though they kind of knew he was going to be sticking around up until today. Now they're probably fucking throwing a party, but they haven't said anything. So it's amazing how, Punk was the facilitator in all of these problems, and he just kind of took it upon himself to say things about Adam Page. Adam Page doesn't mention anything about him. Nothing. None of these guys said anything. He goes on a fucking promo on Collision and says something about Adam Page. Oh, he's dull, and I sell more merchandise than him, and all this other not. Like, why, bro? Why?
He's trying to get fired.
Exactly.
Because he's not stupid. He's not stupid, and he knows how to keep his nose clean. He knows that what he said, when he said, was probably not going to sit well for other people and cause more of a stir, which is what he wanted, because I truly and honestly believe that he was completely mentally done with being in AEW at that Brawl Out press conference. He was done there. He just had to go and heal and come back and restart that bullshit to try to get fired. He wasn't going to quit. He's going to try to get fired. Who makes a physical move of aggression against their boss, against the owner of a company, and expect to keep their job? A reasonable person would not believe, which I do believe that the AEW attorneys are going to use against Punk when he inevitably tries to keep his contract. And that statement you read had one letter that was interesting to me, and they said that they terminated the contracts, plural, of CM Punk.
Yeah.
As far as to my understanding,
Why would it end the video?
he has one deal, one performance deal.
As an in-ring performer, yeah.
I think
Well, we know that's not. We know that's not fucking true, man.
I think the statement that they wrote was calculated and gone over and proofread. I don't think contracts was a mistake. I think that was there for a reason, because it was probably the truth. And it does look like in the comment that he made.
Alright, might as well just end the video.
Yeah. I absolutely agree.
Might as well just end the video. Hold on. Might as well just end the video. Hit that like button, leave a comment. I'll be back with more. Thank you for watching. Please, you guys hit that like button, leave a comment. Please, I'm sorry, I was talking over them. JD from New York. Make you guys hit that like button, leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with more. I'll do more wrestling videos. Until that time, this is Mr. Black here.